Hey, how's it going? It's Danny Nonsense here. Just looking at Aphrodisiac, the Chevy Mustang joint that me, Chevy, and Bjorn Duck just released. Chevy was in rare form, you know. He was really delivering the goods on this one. Why don't we start with the bass line that Bjorn Duck came up with here. Pretty sick bass line. And then we got a little house organ here. So we wanted the whole track to just kind of feel minimalistic. In fact, originally the track was called My Mind is Full, as you can see right there. And then we changed it to Aphrodisiac once Chevy came in with the hook. And, you know, he starts off talking about the yogic ujjayi breathing, okay?
I like to practice the yogic ujjayi breath. I find it works on me like an incredibly potent aphrodisiac.
So Chevy's always trying to turn some kind of spiritual principle into like something sexual because he doesn't realize that he has his own psychosexual issues, you know. So he tends to do that. He tends to take, you know, for example, like the concept of emptiness or non-dualism, something that maybe comes from Buddhism, and he'll try to turn it into some kind of state you need to be in before you have sex, you know. He's basically just, he's figured out, he's a lonely guy, he's figured out a way to get laid, and it's through this pseudo-spiritual shit. And it's really helped him, you know, and I think it's actually kind of good for him because otherwise he would just be holed up in Fresno, you know, kind of festering. But now he's got an outlet, you know, through this music and through his wives, so he can, you know, find some internal peace, even if he has to bastardize every single spiritual concept he's ever come in contact with. But the music that comes out of it is great. So let's look here at what else is going on. We got mellow chords. Have a little rave tom come in, and here I tracked a little idea here.
I'm in between the moment.
So that's me with a little altar boy there, pitch shifting it down, saying that I'm in between the moment. You know, it's kind of an idea I thought that Chevy might like. He did. Recently, he has been exploring a minimalist aesthetic. So as we get going here, he really deals with the contradictions that come with minimalism, like
Aphrodisiac. 3 or 4, 4 or 5, 5 or 6. But who's counting really? 6 or 7?
I mean, he's obviously counting. So he's always counting how many wives he has, you know, and I don't know what he's trying to get at. I guess, you know, he probably just didn't get laid in high school or something like that, and now he's like trying to prove that he can get laid. I'm not really sure, but this section is about how many wives he's got.
But who's counting really? 18 or 19, 19 or 20, 20 or 21. But who's counting really? I've had enough.
One of my favorite sections of the song is this melody that Bjorn Duck put down. Now, I've rendered this audio, so let me just pull up the original to see what kind of sound he was working with here, because we work together on this stuff. A lot of times, if it's my track, I'm doing this kind of stuff, and if it's Bjorn's track, I'm just doing a lot more of the kind of mixing stuff, and he's really getting into the sounds and everything. He's a great keyboard player. Let's see here what we got. Oh, it's just a massive. His favorite synth, I think. Still his favorite synth. I'm partial to this new synth I found called Faceplant. It's pretty sick. You start like this. Let me just play any kind of analog thing. Spread. I mean, analog modeled, you know. I don't know if it's using wavetables or what, or some other kind of modeling, but you can basically it's kind of like a intelligent modular synth. So rather than having to direct cables everywhere, you just make your modulations, and then you modulate it like you need to it. And then if you want to modulate it, you just take the macro and you take that there. Okay, and then the macro can, whatever you need to do. Let's turn the master down so it doesn't clip. And then it's got cool trance gate type stuff in here. And then you could modulate that. You could put this on like a random setting here. Bring it in. Could even do that same thing to the release and get random. Let's make this unipolar. Maybe I'll make that the next Chevy track. Who knows, you know? Music's kind of easy to make nowadays, and that's why there's so much shit out there. I'm going to save this patch.